Yorkshire'S ban on hosting cricket internationals at Headingley lifted after racism scandal prompts changes. The ban on Yorkshire Cricket Club hosting international and major cricket matches has been lifted by the England and Wales Cricket Board. The ban was brought in after racism revelations were disclosed last year by former player. Headingley will now host England's third test against New Zealand in June and the one-day international with South Africa a month later. The ECB said reinstating the match privileges came after a rigorous review of progress made by Yorkshire against criteria set out in November. Rafiq said it was the correct decision by the ECB. Under Lord Patel, the club has shown a real willingness to change and have already come a long way, he said. His leadership has earned the club another chance, but the reforms must continue and we must see real change. The ECB said the club had shown it is committed to building a culture of equity, diversity and inclusion, and that there was evidence it was adopting a zero-tolerance approach to discrimination. Read more. It said Yorkshire had also committed to identifying and tackling historical cases of discrimination, and making sure the club is welcoming for everybody. However, it said reinstating the matches was conditional on several other requirements that should be implemented by the end of March, including amending the rules over the appointment and operation of the board. Progress at Yorkshire will be monitored quarterly by the ECB, alongside the Equality and Human Rights Commission. Club worked night and day to change. The club's new chair, Lord Patel, said, "I welcome this decision and thank the board of the ECB for supporting the return of international matches at Headingley once again. We have worked night and day to bring about tangible change at Yorkshire, and the removal of the sanctions has validated and reignited our drive for positive progress." In the fallout at Yorkshire, multiple sponsors abandoned the club and a series of sackings were made among the coaching staff. Former Yorkshire and England star Darren Gough to become its new director of cricket. Since the scandal emerged, some 4,000 people have shared accounts of racism in the game with the Independent Commission for Equality in Cricket. The ECB also has its own 12-point plan to tackle racism and promote diversity. Announced in November, it includes an anti-discrimination unit, which the ECB has said will be operational by the end of May. There will also be a full review of dressing room culture beginning this month and running across this season, with findings published in September. An independent whistleblowing system is also being established.